Hi guys, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Wednesday and today's Classic Rock. And today we're going to look at a band, a trio, started out in New York but really gained their popularity in the United Kingdom. They got started in the late 70s and playing a kind of music that people hadn't heard in a long time. Kind of a throwback to the 50s, kind of like a Carl Perkins thing. I'm talking about Stray Cats. And I'll just show you I actually have it on cassette, which is really nice this time. Stray Cats, Built for Speed, this one's called. Now, they'd gone to the UK and were having some popularity over there and got hooked up with Dave Edmunds. Now, you may remember we've talked about Dave Edmunds before, part of Rockpile, who was also, which also included Nick Lowe, who was a great producer, produced some excellent stuff for Graham Parker, Elvis Costello, and Dave Edmunds also was in the same band, so same kind of idea. I mean, I found Edmunds and Nick Lowe never let me down. They were always interesting, fun music. So Edmunds kind of took an interest in this band and produced their first album. Now this album, Built for Speed, again, it's a North American release. By this time, Stray Cats had recorded 2 albums in the UK. One of them called Stray Cats, and then there was another one that really wasn't quite as popular. The American, I think it was EMI, maybe picked them up. Yeah, EMI picked them up, and they combined these 2 albums to create Built for Speed. But these were recorded in England, and again, Dave Edmunds producing quite a few of the tracks on here. Give you some idea what they're playing. We got Rock This Town, real big hit. Built for Speed, Rev It Up, The Stray Cat Strut, which is tough to say. Little Miss Prissy, Rumble in Brighton, Runaway Boys, Lonely Summer Nights, Double Talkin' Baby, You Don't Believe Me, Genie, 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 and Baby Blue Eyes. Now, first, because Edmunds was producing, recorded in the United Kingdom, people thought this was a UK band, but actually they were from New York City. They had played CBGBs way back in the day before they went over to Europe and kind of took off. And the leader of the band, Dave, Brian Setzer. I remember we've talked about Brian Setzer a couple of times. Christmas time, he had a great Christmas CD that he put out. And if you go on YouTube, he had some great Christmas programs. At one time, I remember on PBS watching the full-length one, and he just did an excellent show with a big band. Also, Setzer had a couple of solo projects that we've talked about already. Some of them with a smaller group, but a lot of times on those, he was using a big band as well. Now here he is stripped down to just the 3 of them. We got drums, bass, and guitar, and that's it. Another, not necessarily power trio like Cream we talked about last week, but another trio introducing this rockabilly sound, which again kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the sounds in the 50s. Maybe like Carl Perkins with his blue suede shoes or something like that. But we hadn't heard it in a long time, and it was kind of unique what they had developed, and that was really their brand. And even in the other albums we talked about with his solo work or the Christmas albums, that rockabilly feel is all still there, and it's really something that Brian Setzer owns. So a chance to go back and find out where a lot of this began. I think there was another album I had after this one, also on CD, but I can't find it right now. I'd only picked up a couple of their albums and then kind of switched over and started following the solo career of Brian Setzer. But certainly a great place to start, some excellent tunes, some great memories from late 70s, early 80s, Stray Cats, Built for Speed. If you get a chance, check it out. Of course, streaming networks, everything's available there. Take a look, but as always, keep in mind different networks pay different fees to the artists, so let's make sure the artists get a good fair shake out of that and choose your streaming networks wisely. Okay, that's it for Wednesday. Back on Friday with, well, I'm going to say it's a soundtrack, but it's a very different kind of soundtrack. And it features one of the artists we've talked about before on the show, so maybe of interest to check that out as well. We'll see you on Friday. Until then, take care. Thanks for stopping by.